What's going on, peeps? It's Wrath here, hanging out today, playing some more Watcher of Realms, and today we're going to do a little bit of testing on Kagiri. So we pulled him out of the summons, been a couple of days ago now. I went ahead and upgraded him. I've got him pretty up there, pretty much all the way up there. I maxed out his skills. His gear is not my greatest gear, but I wanted to get him with some high attack speed so I could get his talent to proc a little bit more. So that seems like a pretty important thing. Reducing the cooldown of his sweeping strike. So it's not like a good set bonus or nothing, but the stats are okay. He's got, what, 17,000 attack, pretty decent, 100% chance to crit, and his attacks come out relatively quickly. So he's not the best built Kagiri in the world, but he is my Kagiri, and we're going to take him and do a couple of fights today. The first one I think we're going to jump into, I'm tempted to go straight into Titanic Ruins, but that is like the place I struggle in more. So I'm going to run him in Drake's Chasm, because I also have some questions about how his counter is going to work here. So we're going to go for the harder version of Drake's Chasm, just because, like, not Nightmare 4. I can't pull that crap off yet. Their second shield's like 21 million health. I ain't at that levels yet. So we're going to do a fight here. I'm probably just going to play test it out first instead of just running it. Who am I going to be kicking out of the team for this, though? I think it's going to have to be... Pop out Abomination, pop you in here. We'll lay it out when we get there. We might just not put Navros down this time. Well, let's go ahead. We're going to play test here. Probably throw it in 1x speed for the most of it, just so I can kind of get things going and make sure I've got everybody where they're supposed to be. Because I'm going to place him where I can get buffed by Dolores. So we're going to go ahead and put him down first. Right. Meh. Then we're going to throw Wrath down probably in front of him. And then I'm going to throw Zilly right here. And Lust right here. Boop. Then Dolores is going to buff everybody but Wrath there with her attack boost. And that should be pretty good. Go ahead and get our healers down because we're going to need those. And then I guess we don't really have a great place to put Deimos. Even though he is the better attacker. He's much better than Navros in damage. We'll just throw Navros here instead. But here we go. Getting things rolling out the gate first. I'm not sure when I want to be popping Kagiri's ult. If I want to wait until he's about to do things like this, and then, that might have been a little early actually. Or if I want to wait, because if I wait till he starts popping his big shield, he's not going to hit him, so he won't get the parry timer to boost his attack. And that's kind of what I'm thinking about, is I don't want to pop his ult for no reason and not get the extra attack boost out of it, so I probably want to pick it up on this one here, this last meteorite impact that he's going to drop before he pops his big shield, and then use that to catapult his damage. For right now, go ahead and get everybody going and pop her to get some ults popping. I guess we can pop his now too, but he's going to wait for 8 seconds before he does his attack. I probably should have run an attack with just him to just see what his attacks were. But for right now, holy crap, we're doing pretty good. We already got about 2,000 damage out, and that's removing Deimos from the team, and he does a freakish amount. For an epic, dude's a freak. If I can get him on the mini account, mwah, I will be quite the happy camper. But for right now, running things like this, I'm going to wait on his ult until he's getting ready to do... Well, I lied. I'm going to pop it right now, and should have another one ready for when he goes to pop his big shield, hopefully. Here comes the big roar. Usually after this roar, my team will heal all the way back up, and I don't need to worry about popping Vortex ult. But if I feel like I'm going to be in trouble, I'll pop this just a hair early, like that, to get some shields on people, and that way the meteorite doesn't hit me quite as hard, and I'm not quite as worried about it. Should pop another roar, and then another meteorite, and I'm going to pop his ult, hopefully, on that second meteorite. Oh, he'll definitely have his rage. That's perfect. Okay, so I'm going to pop him pretty close to when this is about to come down. And that will pop his ult. And then, here we go. Get everybody rolling. And the damage should come out pretty well. So we're about halfway through the fight. I usually don't run this often in 1x speed. I usually throw it in 2 times just to speed things up. But I kind of want to keep a close eye on how much Kagiri's doing here. I have been seeing some crits up here in the yellow. Over 100,000. I'm guessing that's Kagiri. It could be Lust, but I think she crits more around that 40,000 mark when he's in his weakened state. So I'm not gonna guarantee that, but we'll look at his stats at the end and see how much damage he actually pulled out. Hopefully it's pretty high. I'd be kind of sad if it wasn't. We're gonna pop this probably on his Infernal Roar, just because I think he'll get it back in time. Yeah, there we go. Boost some attack, get some more damage going out. Should be good for the meteorite impact here. Go ahead and pop that, get everybody healed back up. And we're looking okay. He's got 50%. He gets his rage back incredibly fast, but I guess having a 1 second attack time probably helps that a little bit. He might not have his ult for the next phase here. Oh, it's going to be close. It's perfect. That is absolutely perfect timing. There we go. He's going to pop that up, get that attack boost going, pop the shield. Get everything rolling out here. So it's only 3.5 million, only 3.5 million for this last shield on Nightmare 3. This is actually the level of the shield on the first shield for Nightmare 4, and then it jumps up to 21 million health for the second one. That's why I don't test on Nightmare 4, because I ain't at that level yet. But our damage is looking pretty good at this point. I think we're just going to pop ults as we get them, because we are in the final minute. There's no other shield to worry about, and we should be good to go. So her ult lasts forever. I usually don't see it because I'm, you know, just attacking like crazy. I don't really see how long it goes, and it's in like 2x speed, so that helps too. We're going to pop you. He's going to drop a roar. I'll probably go ahead and just pop Vortec after that to make sure nobody dies. And we'll pop you right now. Go ahead and get you going. Pop you, pop you. Still 30 seconds to go. We might actually get another ult out of Kagiri here. Probably should have waited till his next attack to get the attack boost. That's on me. That's a my bad. Oopsie doodles. Gonna get another Zilitsu ult. This chick's an absolute freak. She does some crazy damage, but so does Lust, honestly. Our damage is looking pretty decent. About 9, probably just over 9,000 on this, which isn't terrible, especially since I kicked out one of my greatest damage dealers, Deimos. He hits really hard. He's been in my top 3 for ages. Oh, we're not gonna get this off, are we? No, I probably should just let him go. Whatever. There we go. First attack with Kagiri against the guild boss, Nightmare 3. Not the highest blood we've ever acquired, but that's because, like I said, we kicked out Deimos. Kagiri, not terrible, but not fantastic. 15 million damage against the guild boss 1. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, dang, Lust was going freaking nuts. 22 mils? That's crazy. Usually Zilitsu's up here on top. I don't know what happened there. But I don't know if it has to do with the timing, because you have to pop his deal on that last deal, and hopefully he still has his attack boost going through the weakened state on the dragon, because if he doesn't parry, he doesn't get the attack boost. So maybe he's just not as great for the guild boss 1. Also, like, don't get me wrong here, I don't have like the best build for him, I'm sure, so that also could have something to do with it. But maybe he's just more built for the second guild boss. And that's kind of what I'm thinking. Mostly because his skill kit is more about dodging defense, and this dude has buttloads of the defenses. So we're gonna try this guy. I think they changed him recently. I don't know if I've done a fight on this guy since they supposedly made him easier to fight. So we're gonna see how it goes. I struggle in this one. This one's hard for me. I'm gonna have to remember how I even put my dudes down, and who am I giving the old boot here? That's the second question. I don't really want to boot Constance, but I might have to. Might have to give her the old boot. I don't want to boot Deimos. Maybe I just boot Wrath. I mean, I know he gives a buff to both of these units, but we're gonna try that. Put him in here. Oh, he is part of the Nightmare faction too, isn't he? Oh, balls. Let's just try it without Hollow, and obviously we're going to put you down here, and we're going to put you up there because there's no reason for you not to be buffed. We're going to try it this way and see what happens. So generally, I don't do a whole lot of damage to this guy because he's a freaking tough dude, and I don't have like great defense breakers and great crowd control to screw up his little saw arm, but we're going to give it a shot here. So first thing I like to get out is Olag. He's kind of my big tank, and that's because he's freaking awesome. We're going to put her out. I'm probably going to put her over here. It doesn't really matter. But her, the reason that she's in here as well, being a second tank, is she stuns every third attack. So I actually have her built with fairly high attack speed right now. And that is completely 100% to try to get this guy's saw arm to not be such a pain in the butt. Kagiri, I guess we'll just put him up in the front line as well, since Zilitsu can attack from the back, like here. Got to get a healer down. You will reach everyone from that node. Perfect. I'll probably throw you here. Kind of like so. And then Lust, we can put Lust also in this back range. She would still hit, but I don't like them in the middle because they get hit twice by the saw instead of just once. So I'm kind of curious how I want to play this out for my healers. Because it's always tough to get like your dudes in the proper place where they're getting ample healing from all sides. I've only got 2 more melee spots open. It's got to be Lust and Deimos. So we're going to put Lust here. We're going to put Deimos here. We still got 2 spots to put down. I get the feeling these guys will likely perish. So I'm going to put Wrath up here to hope he can kind of survive it and throw Constance behind him for a little bit of healing. But we'll see. Big damage on that first hit there. It always is. Probably should have popped his ult there instead. But I didn't know I had it up yet. We're actually doing pretty decent damage to start things off. But here's where we're going to be trying to get some crowd control in. I also do have... What's-her-face? The little frost bomb chick. Probably should have brought her. So every time you do a crowd control to him, it does lower his damage a little bit. So we're going to see how much damage this actually puts out with a -4. I think I got that off in time. I could be wrong. Not too much. Okay, they might have made this guy much easier to fight. Because we're doing pretty decent. I'm going to go ahead and just start rocking some ults here. Because I can. Ooh, might have spoke too soon. That hurt a lot. Here we go. He's already popping that up again. Hopefully we can get enough attacks out to start lowering this a little bit. I definitely need more people for the crowd control, and I don't quite have it yet. So we got 3 procs, not quite 4, so he's going to hit a little bit harder this time. I'm going to go ahead and pop his ult to get an overshield. Survive that a little bit. These guys are going to be in trouble over here. They're probably going to end up dying. They didn't take any damage. Get absolutely wrecked, nerd. Go ahead and pop Deimos. Get some damage rocking out from him. Big ground smack. Everyone's still doing okay. We're about to break through the first phase here. And I believe, I'm not sure, I want to say, I can't remember what it was. Maybe it's just Kagiri's regular ult that stops him from, it like removes one of his buffs. Oops, I went way too early on that. That's just my bad. Terrible timing. Oops. But yeah, I think that also is going to... Oh, we broke his arm. He's in weakened state. That's great. Go ahead and pop Lust over here and start smacking him a little bit with her whip. As she does. So this is the best I think we've ever done on him. And now it should give us a little bit more time. He's in his second phase. This is where he's going to start building up shields, which increases defense. He already has a freakish amount of defense. But we should be all right. I'm going to wait to pop Kagiri's ult, I think. That doesn't do too much damage. I think it did more before, but maybe, like, this could be because they've made him a little bit easier. But this is where he's going to pop a shield on him. This is a stacking buff. It increases his damage reduction, and Kagiri should be able to remove that, and he already did, even with his passive, which is freaking nuts. That's great. That little talent of his, popping out sweeping strikes, being able to remove his buffs is going to make the damage much easier to put out on this guy. That's great. I didn't know it was going to do that just with the passive. I thought I'd have to pop his ult for it, but looks like it's not going to be the case. I don't know why I popped his ult there, but did I get that in time? I think I got it perfectly timed, where he didn't get a chance to pump any of his defense. I'm going to drop this again. I don't know if his shields increase the damage of his shield bass as well or not. They may. I'm going to read that while it's still there. Yes, it does bring up the damage with Earth Shatter, so not having that on is going to mean he deals less damage to us, but also we deal more damage to him, and him popping that little talent and just stripping that off every time, that's nice. That's very nice. So we're doing okay. I'm not sure if we're going to come up against a time constraint here where we're not able to beat him fast enough. Very possible. IG's mode, don't want to pop. I mean, I guess I can go ahead and just pop some people. Get Constance to boost some inspiration back here on Zilly. And then hopefully... Okay, we already stripped that off. That's great. 30%. I've never made him to stage 3 yet. So this would be a first for me if we actually do get him there. Because I've never been able to get him past this phase right here. The defense just kept stacking up too high on me, and I wasn't doing any damage, so I couldn't break him. And it looks like Kagiri is really going to be helping out with that. So we're going to go ahead and pop Lust's ability, get some damage going out there. So far, looking good. I am missing having Hollow on the team, because Hollow is really nice for that rage regen. But she does have a tendency to get one smack, like just squished. It looks like we are going to actually get this bro out of stage 2 and into stage 3. Now, stage 3, I get the feeling that Constance and Wrath are probably going to die because I don't have a way to cleanse them. Hopefully, Vortex will be okay because he's not covered by my cleanser. Okay, everything's going good so far. We got 30 seconds to do 2.5% health. I think we've got that in the bag. Probably going to wait to pop Deimos' ult until he goes into weakened state. Just like that. Get him doing some damage there. I guess I can pop him here as well. So we're doing way better than normal. But like I said, they did recently change this guy, so I don't know if they... Okay, so we got some poison stacks on us already. It's not ticking too hard, though. This seems pretty handleable, if I do say so myself. Go ahead and pop her ult to get some damage on Zilly. And if we do need to cleanse, we can. 10 stacks of poison is doing quite a bit of damage. We'll go ahead and pop her. Cleanse that off. But these guys here are going to be in trouble, and so is Vortex, because he's not, able to get cleansed. So these guys are absolutely probably going to go down. I don't see any world in which they do not, but that's just part of it. So far, they're somehow staying alive over here, but it's not for long. I'm just going to say it. Yeah, there goes Wrath. There goes Constance. Kind of figured they weren't going to make it over here on the edge. Probably need to do a little more tweaking with how I have my dudes placed. Definitely dropping some hurts on us now. I don't know if he's going to be able to out-heal himself. Vortex might even die because he's not covered by my cleanser. And I don't have another cleanse yet because I don't have Hollow. Yeah, this is going to be probably where we wipe on this one. We've lost their second healer. Everyone's going to start going down pretty quick now. Oh, I didn't have time to pop it. I tried to pop one last ult there. Didn't get it. But that is by far the best damage I've ever done. Almost a whole %. Boy, that feels good. And we even got to the second chest. Nice. I feel pretty happy. I'm going to save that. Absolutely, I'm saving that. I have another attack I can use, but the second team is going to be nowhere near as good as the first team. But yeah, that second wave, where all that poison comes in, I very well may need to build another healer. Because they did recently change one of the epic healers to have a cleanse on them. So I might have to build her up, because I do have a couple copies. But look at all that delicious loot we're going to get now. Not bad. Not bad. I'm pretty happy with that. What was our damage looking like? Can I look at my damage? Let me look at my damage. Hey, there you go, big boy. So that ignoring defense really going to show through here. Even over Zilitsu, who has crazy high single target damage and Lust. He just comes out on top. But look at Deimos. Deimos is a freak, dude. And this is an unawakened one. I do have enough Awakened Stones to go ahead and take this guy all the way up to Awaken 5, which I do want to do. And I'll probably do a video on him in Guild Boss, just kind of showcasing how awesome he is. But that's pretty impressive. Epic out-damaging two very solid damage dealers in the legendary category. Pretty happy with that. But that's pretty good. That's pretty good stuff. A couple changes I could probably make to the team or add, because like I said, I don't have the stun right now. I felt like the stun wasn't as important as it was before, because I was like, come on game, stop giving me pop-ups. So if I wasn't getting like stuns, a bunch of them on him, that chainsaw was just like one-shotting my whole team. But I did build up this chick right here to kind of help counteract that. So I might use her in my second team. I built her with tons of attack speed because her attack interval is very long, 5 seconds. But every attack that she does eventually turns into a freeze, which does help with that. In this case, I don't think I actually need it anymore. I mostly need more cleansing. So I think I have... this chick? This chick right here. They recently changed her ultimate skill to also dispel debuffs from your allies. So that's pretty nice. So she might be one I have to build if I want to go a little further in the guild raid too. For now, I'm pretty happy with how things turned out. Who are you? Sinful. I didn't awaken you and I could have? Unbelievable. Unbe-freaking-leavable. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and do that. Why not? But yeah, as you can see, I do have a bunch of these little purple soul stones saved up. And we're probably going to use those on Deimos just to get him maxed out, because his awakens are actually really good for his damage. This also just heals him a little bit, which is nice. Self-sustain is never a bad thing on a fighter, but the tearing stat cap goes up. That boosts his attack even higher. And then when he reaches full stacks, ignoring 15% of the target's defense, that's going to be way big, especially for Guild Boss 2. So there we go. We got a little bit of testing with Kagiri. I guess I could try... Another one of these. This Cursed Isle mode, like this event in general, was probably one of the hardest events, like with stuff to do in it, that I've ever seen. Like my mini account can do like absolutely nothing. The challenge mode, my mini account can't even beat easy mode. It gets absolutely just torched. On this one, we let 2 people get by. That annoys me. I'll probably go back and do that again. But this Cursed Isle is actually pretty freaking tough. I don't know what the bonus today is. The Cursed Cult. What is cursed? Is that the purple ones? Are you cursed? Can't look. I'm going to trust that it is. But we're going to add Bro in here this time. Who am I going to drop, though? That's the real question. Because you can only deploy 8 units, which makes this kind of tough. Eeny, meeny, miny, eeny, mo. Who do I let go? It is you. Okay, so we're going to drop Navros and bring Bro in and see if maybe he helps us go a little easier. Because this is actually a pretty tough little challenge mode, in my opinion. Maybe I'm just bad at it, and that's very possible. But we're going to run. We got a lot of stuff to put out early. He becomes immune to damage, which is great. I need 2 lines of people. I probably want Olag on a flank and Zilitsu in the middle. How do I want to run this? I got to think in my brain. Volka can attack over the back. She does AoE. That's great. Lust can attack over the back. That's great. Zilly can attack over the back. That's great. So maybe we just set up our line like this and like this. And then we bring our AoE people in from behind. Actually, I think I got an extra block artifact on her, but I'm not going to put her there. I'm going to put you there, put you there, put you here. Then we're going to throw our healers in when we get our extra stuff back. And then we should be set to run most of the fight. I don't think anyone takes damage on these tiles. I can't remember, so I'm not going to say for sure that that's true. I just don't think they do. Pop this in 2x, and then we're going to pop you up here. They might actually do take damage up here. They may. There's actually a chance they do. I can't remember for surezies, but I feel like now that I'm thinking about it with my brain, that it is possible. We're going to pop you up here. Boop. Get some healing going on. I'm hoping this guy's AoE attacks is going to be a big deal. Or actually just kind of one-shotting dudes right now. Yeah, that's kind of clearing things out. So that's what I'm kind of hoping on, is I feel like this event was built with the idea of making Kagiri really strong in the event, which makes sense. I mean, he's a new hero. It'd be weird if he wasn't, you know, really good. But might have went a little too early with that one. But yeah, he's absolutely just wiping hordes of people. And I feel like the other game mode too, the challenge mode where they come in like giant waves, I feel like it's very much built to make Kagiri really good at it. He is fantastic. I mean, having really good single target and AoE damage in the same hero is, I mean, that's pretty hard to beat. Go ahead and pop her, get everybody's ults coming back a little bit quicker. Kind of blitzing through it. I think you just have to survive a certain amount of time. I'm not sure what this little thingy up here is, if that's the number of rewards you get or something. I don't remember. I only did this mode one time, and I lost the first time, and the second time I did it, I actually beat it. So I guess I've only beaten it one time. I've done it more than once. Here we go. Keep popping some ults here. Unable to release skill. I guess Abomination is just smoking on nerds right now. Good job, Abomination. Yeah, I'm curious to see how much damage he does here, where he has lots of targets to hit with his passive and with his ult. So we'll kind of see, I guess. Right now, and Abomination's kind of holding the line here. Bro's doing pretty good. This bottom half's not really struggling that hard. I'm not surprised that this one's struggling a little bit. Olag doesn't really deal damage. Woo! He does get hit pretty hard when he gets hit, but their stats are starting to go up. I guess it's increasing here. We're going to go ahead and probably pop Hollow again. I can pop his ult as well. Keep everyone alive. The nice thing about Abomination here is Abomination does not take... it's hard to kill him because he has like an immune to death mode every minute that he gets back, which is kind of nice. Kagiri taking a little damage, but Vortex kind of keep up with it. Go ahead and pop this ult here. Do this again. So people are starting to kind of sneak through the back door. We only got 3 seconds left to survive. We're going to do it. We're going to pull it out. That's great. I don't know if this gives you a damage calculation, though. I hope it does. I kind of want to see how much damage Bro did. Shortest clearance time updated. What? Got some diamonds, got some stuff. Take a look. 20 million damage. So yeah, the AoE obviously really going to shine here. Lots of targets to hit, but so far, I'm pretty impressed. For my mediocre build that I've got on him, he really did pretty decent for fighting the dragon. which I didn't think I thought he would really suck at the dragon fight just because of how hard it is to time his ult properly to get the attack boost. So that actually seemed to go pretty well. Guild Boss 2, he was obviously the MVP on the team, constantly pulling that shield off the Guild Boss 2, big deal. But in this area here, also putting out, I mean, Abomination really kind of doing some damage as well, out damaging Zilly, but that's the AoE thing. This is an AoE challenge, pretty much, so AoE fighter's going to do pretty good. He just did the best. So, there we go. A little Kagiri testing out of the way. Got to see whether or not he was worth building. I'm pretty happy I built him, not upset at all. I've already cleaned out the redeem shop of all the stuff that I pretty much want, although I guess I'm getting sort of close. I could buy maybe a chat bubble or something. And I guess I could buy these. Do I want to buy all these things? I'll buy them eventually. I'm not too worried about it right now. But there we go, guys. Little Kagiri testing. Pretty solid hero. Glad I built mine. Hopefully, I mean, I should probably swap his gear around, eventually. But if he comes back around and I can get some Awakens, his Awakens are also pretty good for him, it looks like. Constantly getting Rage and HP back with his basic attack. That's pretty freaking sweet. So I wish I would have grabbed a second copy out of the event, but there's just no way. I mean, there is a way. I'm just not going to do it. But yeah, lots of good buffs that come out of his Awakens, so potentially someday he'll be even better. But for right now, I'm pretty happy with him. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget, smash that thumbs up button to show your support, and I will see you guys in the next one.